Have you done that problem which I gave? Anybody has done? Anybody has got answer? Hello? Gaganashri, have you done the problem? Hello? Hello? Gaganashri?
Yes, sir.
Have you done the problem which I gave? Anybody else has done? Hello? Okay. So which one I gave? So I gave the to find out the time domain signal and its corresponding the x of e power j omega which I gave, that is equal to sine of 15 by 2 into n, so this divided by sine of omega by 2. Okay, so this into, so this convolution and e power minus 3 omega into sine of 7 by 2 omega, so this divided by sine of omega by 2. Okay, so now if you recall this one, so which we have already find out the solution for x of n. Okay, so if your x of n is equal to 1 for a particular value of n, that is n which is less than or equal to m, that is, so the n varies between, that is, negative and positive side, so which is the value of m. Okay, so this corresponding DTFT we have find out already. So what is the corresponding DTFT? X of e power j omega, so this is equal to sine of omega by 2 into 2m plus 1. Okay, so this divided by sine of omega by 2. So this we have already done the problem. Okay, so now here just you have to find out the what is the value of m. Okay, so what is the value of m such that it will give this one. Okay, so I told that you take this as e power j omega, a into e power j omega, this as b into e power j omega, and find out the value of m. So this DTFT only exists for that value of m. Okay, so now if you take this one, so if you split this one, okay, so this is 15 omega by 2, 15 omega by 2. Okay, this is 7 omega. Now if you take this one, so what is the value of this 2m plus 1 in this one? It is 2m plus 1, so which is equal to 15. You can see here, so sine of omega by 2 if you take common here, so only 15 value it is there, so that will be equal to 2m plus 1. So in this case it is 7, is it not? So in a of e power j omega, okay, so the 2m plus 1 value it is 15, and similarly in b of e power j omega, so the 2m plus 1 value it is equal to 7. Okay, so now find out m, what is the value of m, so which is equal to 7. So here the value of m equal to 3. Okay, so now for the value of n which is less than or equal to 7, the first DTFT exists and you can write it as a of n. So okay, so the DTFT a of e power j omega corresponding the time domain signal a of n which is equal to 1 only for n less than or equal to 7. Okay, and the similar way here b of n. Okay, so only I am taking this factor. Okay, so if you take this factor, so b of n exists only for n value which is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so this is your time domain signal for this corresponding DTFT. Okay, so now another factor is there in b of e power j omega. So now using the time shift property. So what is time shift property? So if you have the x of n minus n naught, so this corresponding DTFT will be e power, so minus j n naught into x of e power j omega, right? So this the corresponding time shift property you can use, that is j naught omega, and so you will get it. So what is the value of n naught here? It is 3. So now corresponding time signal it is shifted by 3, right? So now for this signal, so now since the time domain signal b of n is equal to 1, so now b of the time shifted version also it will be 1, that is b of n minus 3. So since the factor which is multiplied here, so you will get the time domain signal b of n minus 3, that will be equal to 1 for the n value, so which is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so this is the time shifted version of this parameter, that is b into e power j omega. Okay, so now a of e power j omega we have find out, and b of e power j omega we have find out time domain signal. So now by using convolution property we know, so if you convolve the signal in time domain, it is correspondingly multiplication in frequency domain. And by using the modulation property we know, so by using modulation property, if you have 1 over, that is 2 pi into the x of e power j omega into y of e power j omega, the convolution if you do in frequency domain, so this will give the TTFT, so which is time domain signal, corresponding time domain signal which is multiplication of two signals. Okay, so now use the same thing. So if I substitute here this a of e power j omega and b of e power j omega, so you will get 1 over 2 pi into, so a of e power j omega into b of e power j omega. Okay, so this correspondingly we have a of n into b of n. Okay, so now we have b of e power j omega which is multiply this factor, so the corresponding time domain signal is b of n minus 3. So now the convolution of this, okay, so this will give correspondingly, so the convolution of a of e power j omega, the convolution of b of e power j omega, so this will give 2 pi into a of n into b of n minus 3. So this is the time domain signal, and where a of n exists only for n less than or equal to 7 and b of n exists only for n less than or equal to 3. Okay, so now correspondingly if you multiply the time domain signal, so you will get corresponding result for this indent values n. Okay, so this is about the how to find out the time domain signal. Okay, so is it understood? Any doubt? Hello, hello, any doubt? Anybody? Okay, so take another one. So now x of n is given. Okay, so x of n is given which is equal to n into minus half power n into u of n, so which is given by the DTFT x of e power j omega. Okay, so x of n, the corresponding DTFT x of e power j omega, but without computing this x of e power j omega, by using the properties of the DTFT, find out the values which is equal to y of e power j omega which is equal to e power j 3n into x of e power j omega. Find out this without computing the value of x power e power x of e power j omega. This we can find out by using the DTFT, but without finding, just find out the y of e power j omega, which is equal to this. The corresponding y of n you have to find. That is time domain signal. Find the y of n if the y of e power j omega equal to e power j 3n into x of e power j omega. So now B, you find out what is y of e power j omega, which is equal to d by d omega of x of e power j omega. So this is second one, and third one, y of e power j omega, so which is equal to d by d omega of e power minus j 2 omega into x of e power j into omega plus pi by 4, okay, minus x of e power j omega into j omega minus pi by 4. Okay, so find out all these three y of e power j omega is given by this. Without computing the DTFT of this, find the y of n. Using the properties, you can try to find out the value of y of n. So now first one, if you take, so y of e power j omega, okay, so which is equal to e power j 3, sorry, this is 3 omega, so 3 omega into x of e power j omega. So first one, if you take this one, so now if you take the inverse DTFT, okay, so by using the time shift property, so we can say that, so this is shifted by the unit 3, okay. So now the corresponding DTFT of this one in the time domains, which is equal to y of n. Now here it will give x of n, the corresponding DTFT, IDFT, that is inverse DTFT. So taking inverse DTFT, okay, so you will get the y of n signal, and correspondingly here you will get the x of n signal. But the factor which is multiplied here, it is a, if we take the IDFT of the signal, so we know that x of n minus n naught, which is equal to e power minus j n naught omega into x of e power j omega, right? So now you can see here, so this factor which is given by the n naught value 3, okay. So here it is plus 3 and here it is minus, it is there. If you have n plus n naught, it will be e power plus j n naught omega, okay. So if you compare that one, so you will get x of n plus 3, is it not? So if you get n plus 3, so then that is the y of n. So now we know the x of n signal which is given here, okay. So now wherever n is there, you replace it by n plus 3, so that will give your y of n. That is the corresponding y of n for this e power j 3 omega into x of e power j omega is n plus 3 into minus half power n plus 3 into u of n plus 3. So now this is the time domain signal for the corresponding the y of e power j omega, and the corresponding time domain signal is this one, okay. So it is understood? Any doubt? Using the time shift property. So now find out using that differentiation property, so frequency differentiation, find out this one, try to find out. Try to find out. Anybody has done? So So now frequency differentiation we know. So if you take minus jn into x of n, which is given by the corresponding dTft of d by d omega of x of e power j omega, right? So now this is a frequency differentiation property. So now we have this one, so we need to find out this one. What is this one? Okay, so now, so y of e power j omega, which is given by d by d ohm of x of e power j omega, right? Now corresponding take idft. So if you take id ttft, so you will get y of n. Okay, so which is equal to, so now we know this one, so if you take idft, so we will get this one, that is minus j into x of n. Okay, so now we know x of n, which is given here, the signal. So substitute that one, you will get the corresponding y of n, that is jn into n into minus half power n into u of. Okay, so this is your y of n, which is given by minus j n square minus half power n into u of. Okay, so this is your y of. Okay, so try to find out the third one as it is similarly. So the frequency differentiation property. So before that you use this time shift property, so which we use like this here. So and here the frequency shift property. So by using frequency shift property you can find out this one, and after that by using time shift property you can use this, and finally you have to apply the frequency differentiation. Find out, try to find. So now what is the IDFT of this? X of e power j omega, we know that we will get x of n, right? Similarly, if you have the frequency shift, which is omega plus pi by 4. Okay, so the corresponding it will be having, so x of n into multiply that e power minus j pi by 4 n. Okay, so whatever the factor which is there, so it will be correspondingly multiplied, right? So similarly, so you will be having x of e power j into omega minus pi by 4. Okay, so that will give x of n into e power j pi by 4 n. Okay, so now putting this here, so what you will get, so taking idft, so first we will do this one, so that is x of e power j omega plus pi by 4. Okay, so minus x of j omega minus pi by 4. Okay, so you will get this one as, so now x of n into e power minus j pi by 4, so minus x of n into e power j plus pi by 4. Okay, so now multiply this one, so you will get the, by using time shift property you shift the value by n naught value, which is 2. Okay, so it is minus n naught, So x of n minus 2 we will get. Okay, so you'll be having like e power minus j2n into x of e power j omega. So you will get it as x of n minus 2, right? Okay, so use this frequency, that is time shift property, and write the corresponding time domain. That is e power minus j2 omega into x of e power j omega plus pi by 4 minus x of e power j into omega minus pi by 4. So this corresponding time domain signal, so shifted by the value of 2, that is x of n minus 2 into e power minus j pi by 4 minus x of n minus 2 into e power j pi by 4. Okay, so now finally use the differentiation property. So if you use differentiation property, so you will get as like minus j into x of n. Okay, so if you have minus j n into x of n, so you will get the d by d omega of x of e power j omega. So now use this and take the inverse, you will get this one. So use that and try to get it the final time domain signal. Okay, so what you will get, so use the d by d home, that is d by d home of e power minus j 2 omega into x of e power j into omega plus pi by 4 minus x of e power j into omega minus pi by 4. So this gives, okay, so this gives, so now we know the result for this, so multiply by minus jn. Okay, so if you multiply minus jn into x of n minus 2 into e power minus j pi by 4 minus x of n minus 2 into e power j pi by 4. Okay, so this is the corresponding the after frequency differentiation property. This is a corresponding time domain signal. Okay, so now we know x of n signal which is given, substitute here and you will get the final result. Okay, so if you substitute the final result, so you will get it as, so minus jn, so n, so wherever x of n is there, so here n replaced by n minus 2, so jn into n minus 2 into minus half power n minus 2 into u of n minus 2. So this is multiplied by e power minus j pi by 4. Okay, so minus, so n minus 2 into minus half power n minus 2 into u of n minus 2 into e power j pi by 4. Okay, so this is a final the time domain signal. So now you can see here x of n minus 2 is common and you can take out that one and write it down whatever the remaining it is there. So if you write down the remaining terms, that is minus jn into n minus 2 into minus half power n minus 2 into u of n minus 2. So this is, so whatever the remaining term, e power minus j pi by 4 minus e power j plus pi by 4. Okay, so now take minus common, so and multiply, you will get plus jn into n minus 2 into minus half power n minus 2 into u of n minus 2. So this is e power plus j pi by 4 minus e power minus j pi by 4. So now you can express this one in terms of the cos signal which is given by So here the n is missing, so earlier expressions, sorry, here it is n, it is there, so that is missing, so we can write it down here. Okay, 5 by 4 n, because so this free the frequency shift property, so n it will come. Okay, so here n is there, sorry for that correction, to make it correction n. So here, so if you take the x of n and replace it by n minus 2 by using the property, because this factor is multiplied by whole thing, so you will get n minus 2 here. Okay, so here also n minus 2, and here also n minus 2, and you will get here n minus 2 and here n minus 2. So here also n minus 2 and n minus 2. Okay, so this final, it will give it as jn into n minus 2 into minus half power n minus 2 into q of n minus 2 into, so this you can multiply and divide it by 2, so we will get it as e power j pi by 4 into n minus 2 minus e power minus j pi by 4 into n minus 2, so this divided by 2, and you can write this expression as cos of pi by 4 into n minus 2. Okay, so now we can write this complete term as 2 cos of pi by 4 into n minus 2 multiplied by this factor. Okay, so the final result, so whatever y of e power j omega which we have used, so this term, so this whatever y of j omega, the corresponding y of n signal is this one, jn into n minus 2 into minus half power n minus 2 into u of n minus 2 into 2 cos of this one. So this is the final result of this. Okay, is there any doubt? Hello, understood? Hello, hello, anybody has doubt? Okay, so this is about the DTFT. So now we'll move on to the another representation, that is, now till now we have done the representation of the non-periodic discrete time signal, right? So now we'll do the non-periodic continuous time signal, so that corresponding representation which will be called it as Fourier transform, or you can call it as continuous time Fourier transform. So in general we will call it as the Fourier transform. Okay, so now for continuous time non-periodic signal. Okay, so continuous time non-periodic signal, so the corresponding representation we'll call it as Fourier transform, or we can call it as continuous time Fourier transform. Okay, so now if we have a non-periodic continuous time signal which is represented by x of t, which is equal to 1 over 2 pi minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so x of j omega into e power j omega t into d omega. So now this is, if you represent the non-periodic continuous time signal, okay, over the integral minus infinity to plus infinity, So now this x of j omega, which will be called it as the Fourier transform of the time domain signal x of t. Okay, so x of j omega, which is called as the Fourier transform, the Fourier transform of continuous time signal x of t. Okay, so now, so the x of j omega, so we can the Fourier transform of this signal, so we can write it as, so integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t into t. So now this is the Fourier transform of the time domain signal, which is represented by this x of t. So now this x of t and x of j omega forms the Fourier transform pair. You can call it as this x of t and x of j omega. Okay, so which will be call it as Fourier transform pair. Okay, so that we can represent like this, the Fourier transform pair of the time domain signal, which is non-periodic x of t, which is given by the Fourier transform x of j omega. So now this x of j omega is the frequency domain representation of the time domain signal x of t, x of t. Okay, so that we'll call it as the spectrum of this x of e power j omega, which is called as frequency spectrum, and this is also a non-periodic in the frequency domain. Okay, so since the time signal which is non-periodic, and also the in the frequency domain it is non-periodic, but in the case of DTFT, what happened in the discrete time case, the frequency domain it is periodic. Okay, so now in order to find out the Fourier transform, or if the Fourier transform exists for the x of t, so then some conditions should be satisfied. So what are those conditions? So the condition is x of t is absolutely integrable, that is, so which is given by minus infinity to plus infinity x of t, so into dt. So whatever the magnitude if you take, so it is should be absolutely integrable, and it should be less than infinity. So the value should be less than infinity. So then if it is absolutely integrable, so then we can say that along with other conditions, then its Fourier transform exists. Okay, so and also this is a first condition, and what is the second condition? The x of t have a finite number of maxima and minima. Okay, this x of t, which is having finite number of maxima and minima, finite number of maxima and minima within the finite interval. Whatever, because non-periodic means it is finite, so within that finite interval, so it should be having the finite number of maxima and minima. Okay, so now another condition is, so x of t have finite number of discontinuous, so this will be having finite number of discontinuities within the interval. It should be having finite number of discontinuities within the interval, within the finite interval. So this is the conditions which should be satisfied by x of t, the time domain signal, then it's the Fourier transform will be exist. Okay, so then these conditions, so which is called as Dirichlet conditions. Okay, so this is called as Dirichlet conditions. Okay, so this is about the condition in order to exist this Fourier transform of a non-periodic continuous time signal. Okay, so this is about the Fourier transform. So now if we as like your DTFT, so this also having properties, so it should satisfy it is having the Fourier transform is also having the number of properties, so which is given by, so the first one is linearity property. Okay, so the second one is the time shift. So all whatever the properties which we have discussed, it is also having the properties, the Fourier transform, the time shift, scaling, scaling property, and convolution property, time differentiation, frequency differentiation, okay, time differentiation, frequency differentiation, okay, so and also convolution, and we have Parseval's theorem, okay, so we have Parseval's theorem, and also we have integration property, and also we have symmetry property. Okay, so all of these properties having the Fourier transform which is possessed. Okay, so now I will show some of the properties and I will give assignment as some other properties. You try to do it and submit it. Okay, so first one, if you take the linearity property. Okay, so if you take the Fourier transform, so if we have the x of t, the time domain signal, and it is corresponding Fourier transform, which is given by x of j omega. Okay, so now if we have the signal y of t, and which is having the Fourier transform, which is given by y of j omega. Okay, so now if you take one signal, that is z of t, which is the addition of these two with scaling factors a and b. Okay, so plus b into y of t. So then this corresponding Fourier transform, which is given by z of e power j omega, which is equal to a into x of, sorry, j omega. Okay, so z of j omega, which is equal to x of j omega plus b into y of j omega. Okay, so this is a property which will be called it as linear property. Okay, if two signals which is exist with their Fourier transform, and if we scale by that factors a and b correspondingly, and if we add, so the corresponding the Fourier transform of this one, it is scaled by the same factor and it will give the addition of those two Fourier transform. So now we will prove that. So we know the Fourier transform of this j omega, so which we can write minus infinity to plus infinity z of t into, so e power minus j omega t into dt, right? So if you have the time domain signal z of t, so which is equal to 1 over 2 pi into minus infinity to plus infinity z of j omega into e power j omega t into, so t omega. Okay, so this is z of t signal, and corresponding z of omega we can write like this. So now we know z of t, so substitute this one, so we will get it as minus infinity to plus infinity a into x of t plus b into y of t. Okay, so this into e power minus j omega t into dt. Okay, so this will be, so you can split this one, so we will get minus infinity to plus infinity a into x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt plus, so minus infinity to plus infinity b into y of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. So now this we can write it as a into, so take a constant which is outside, and corresponding whatever minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt, we can write it as x of j omega plus, so we can take b outside and we can write it as this is y of j omega. So this is what your Fourier transform, so which is given by the time domain signal, which is addition of these two time domain signal with the scaling factors, corresponding scaling factors a and b. Okay, So this is about the linearity property. So now coming to the time shift property. Okay, now coming to the time shift property. So now if you have x of t, which is having Fourier transform pair x of j omega. So now if you have the shift in the time domain, that is t minus t naught, some value I'll shift, that I'll call it as y of t, the time shifted signal. So what will happen? So now the corresponding Fourier transform pair, that is y of j omega, so which is given by the factor which is given by this, the scaling factor, which is equal to e power minus j omega t naught into x of j omega. Okay, so this is, so if you shift the signal in time domain with the value t naught, okay, so in the frequency domain, the Fourier transform, it is multiplied by this e power minus j omega t naught factor. The scaling factor t naught, it is multiplied by this e power minus j omega into t. So this is the Fourier transform. So now we'll prove this. So we know y of j omega, so which is equal to, so given by minus infinity to plus infinity y of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. So now substitute y of t, so which is given by minus infinity to plus infinity x of t minus t naught into e power minus j omega t into dt. So now put t minus t naught, which is equal to something like a or m, whatever it is. Okay, so now dt, which is equal to the corresponding value dA. Okay, so now we will get minus infinity to plus infinity. Now if t varies minus infinity to plus infinity, a will also vary from minus infinity to plus infinity. So now this will be given by x of a into e power minus j omega into, so what is t? It is a plus t naught into d. Okay, so now this we can write it as, so minus infinity to plus infinity x of a into e power minus j omega a into e power minus j omega into t naught into d. So now this factor you take outside and you will get it as y of j omega, so which is equal to e power minus j omega t naught into minus infinity to plus infinity x of a into e power minus j omega into t. So now if you compare here, so this one, so here the a is a dummy variable, so that we can replace it again by the t value, that is power minus j omega t naught minus t minus infinity to plus infinity. This we can write it as x of t into e power minus j omega t into dt. So now this we can write it as x of j omega, that is, so y of j omega, which is equal to e power minus j omega t naught into x of j omega. So if you have the time domain signal which is shifted by the delay t naught, so in the frequency domain or Fourier transform of that is multiplied by this factor, which is e power minus j omega t. So this is about the time shift property. And similarly you do frequency shift, try to do frequency shift also. Okay, so how to do frequency shift? If you have the x of t Fourier transform pair x of j omega, now if you have y of t, which is equal to the scaling factor, which is e power j t into x of t, then we can write it as x of j into omega minus beta. So what is frequency shift property? that is if we have the like x of j omega which is having the Fourier transform pair x of t. So I am taking the reverse this thing. So if you have a frequency shift here, that is j into omega minus beta, there is a frequency shift factor. So this we can write it as e power j into pt into x of t. Okay, so this is about the frequency shift property. Now how we can prove that? So we can take x of j omega equation and you can try to put x of t which is given by this value, and you can arrive the frequency shift property. Okay, so try to do this also, and even scaling also. So how to do scaling? So scaling, we have x of t which is Fourier transform pair x of j omega. So now if you have the y of t signal which is equal to the scaled version, the time is scaled version, the scaling version of this signal in time domain. So this will give the Fourier transform pair which is given by, so 1 over a magnitude of a into x of j omega divided by a. Okay, so this will give this one. So now try to prove this by taking the x of the, that is the Fourier transform equation. You take y of j omega and substitute y of t as x of at and try to find out the scaling version. So here one thing is you have to take a less than 0 and a greater than 0. So whatever the scaling factor which is less than 0 and which is greater than 0. So a less than 0 you have to replace it by minus a, and if a greater than 0 you have to replace it a by plus a. Okay, so for less than and greater than you take two uh, the cases and you will get the, so since because in the result if you have magnitude means it is giving minus as well as plus side. Okay, so try to get this one, this property and this property. So we will discuss this in the next class. Okay, so is there any doubt? Hello, anybody is having any doubt?